Chessington World of Adventures is one of my favourite parks here in the UK. In fact, I would even go as far to say as it's my number one. This is because there's just so much to do there, from all the rides and coasters to getting up close with all the animals in the park. The park is also very well themed, one of the best themed theme parks that the UK has to offer. And these are just some of the reasons that make this park one of the best here in the UK. So in today's video, I thought I would rank every single ride at Chessington World Adventures from the very best to the not so good. I'm going to be ranking all the Chessington rides here on Tier Maker, which if you haven't heard of before, is where you can rank pretty much anything. So yeah, I've got a few different sections on here. So we've got Awesome, which is of course the best rides at Chessington. We've got Good, Okay, Not Great, Nope. And then we've also got Never Rode Before, but it looks great. And we've also got Never Rode Before, but it doesn't look so good. And there are a few on here because there is a new area which has opened at Chessington recently, and I haven't been since it's opened, so there are going to be a few rides that go in those sections. I've made a few of these videos now on Tier Maker where I've ranked rides at other theme parks, but this is the first time where I've actually made my own list. So if you want to go do this yourself and rank all the Chessington rides, then I'll leave a link down in the description below. Fill it out and then send it me on social media, because I'd love to know what your opinions are. So then let's get straight on into it and let's start ranking these rides at Chessington World of Adventures. And we're actually going to be starting off with a brand new ride which I have never been on before. Shipwreck Coast is a brand new area at Chessington World of Adventures which opened very recently. So there's 3 rides on here which are in that area which I haven't been on before, so they're going to be going in these last 2 categories. And we're starting off with this one, which is called Bailout. Bailout looks like an absolute soaker. So you go in these barrels and you spin around a little bit and you shoot water out little cannons at other guests. So yeah, it's one of those where you get absolutely soaked. But it does look really good. A great addition to the park. So it's going to be going in Never Rode, but it looks great. Next up we have the Blue Barnacle, and this one is one of my absolute favourites at Chessington. This one is going in the top in Awesome. I love the Blue Barnacle. It's one of my favourite pirate ships out there. If you've been watching this channel a while now, you'll know that not too long ago I hated pirate ships. I used to not go on any of them because they used to really scare me, but then I went on the Blue Barnacle and now I love them. I have been on a few pirate ships since going on the Blue Barnacle, but this one still is the best one for me. I don't know about you, let me know down in the comments what your favourite pirate ship is, but the Blue Barnacle is at the top of my list at the moment from the ones that I have been on. So yeah, 100% going in Awesome. Next up we have the Gruffalo River Adventure, and this one is going to go in, you know what, I'm actually going to put this in Awesome as well. Now it might not look like my kind of ride, but this is one of the best themed rides, best themed dark rides for sure here in the UK. Without a doubt. It is amazing. All the scenery in that ride and all the smells as well, it's incredible. It's a really immersive ride and that's what I love about it. So yeah, 100% it's going in Awesome. Next up we have Tomblaster, and this one is going in Good. Another one of those which is really well themed. If you look at other rides like this, like Jewel over at Alton Towers, this one knocks it out of the park. It knocks Jewel right out of the park. It is a very good ride. It's not going in Awesome, however I still think it is one of the best out there. Definitely one of the best dark rides here in the UK. Would 100% recommend going on it if you are heading to Chessington World Adventures. The only thing I would say about it is the way that the blasters work, how it has like the little spotlight on the walls. I'm not a massive fan of that. I prefer like the little laser dot which you get like on Jewel. But other than that, in terms of theming and overall ride experience, this is definitely one of the best out there. So yeah, it's going in Good. Next up we have Croc Drop, and this one is going to go in Okay. Now last year, if you were to ask me where I'd put Croc Drop on this list, I'd probably put it in Good, maybe even Awesome. But the last time I went on Croc Drop, the spinning wasn't working on it, and that's what makes it really good in my opinion. So that's why it's going in Okay. Now I know that recently the spinning has started working again, but I did find out the other day that it has stopped again. So yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened with that, but hopefully, fingers crossed, the spinning will get working again soon, all the different effects will start working soon, and the cycle as well will get a little bit longer, because that's another thing I noticed on my last visit. The cycle was super quick, so hopefully that all gets fixed soon and it will move up on this list to Good or maybe even Awesome. So next up we have another ride from the new Shipwreck Coast area, and this one is called Sea Storm. So I've never rode this before, and honestly I'm going to put doesn't look good, but that is just me personally. It does look like a good ride, but for me personally I wouldn't go on it because I'm not into these type of rides because they make me feel sick. So that's why it's going in doesn't look good, but to you it might be your kind of thing. But yeah, that's why it's going into this category. Okay, so now we have got Cobra, and this one's going to go into awesome as well because I love this ride. This was the first disco coaster that I went on. I've been on 2 now. In fact, I went on 1 a week ago when I went to Drayton Manor, which was 4, which was also amazing. That would also go in the awesome category. But for Chessington, they have Cobra, and this ride is incredible. I love it. It's just a really fun ride. It's not one of those that's really scary, but it's just a fun ride, and that's why it's going into awesome. And it's also really well themed as well, which I love. So yeah, that's why it's going in awesome. Oh, okay, so next up we've got Monkey Swinger, and this is actually next to Cobra. This one is going in Never Road, doesn't look good. Now this one visually looks really good, and if you're into chair swings then this will be a really good ride for you. But for me, I do not like chair swings, they really scare me, so that's why it's going in doesn't look good, but you may love this ride, and as I said, visually it looks amazing. Okay, so next up we have got Rattlesnake, and this one is going to go into not great. Now the overall ride, it can be fun, but it can be very painful at the same time. The carriages are really small, so you're kind of crammed in there, and it's very jolty. And the brakes in it are very sharp, so it can be a very uncomfortable ride experience. So that's why it's going in not great, but I will still go on it. It's not the worst ride in the world, but as I said, it's just a bit jolty, a bit uncomfortable, and a little bit rough. So yeah, that's why it's going in not great. Tiger Rock. Here we go, we're going to put this one in good. I think this is a really good log flume, very nicely themed as well. One of the best themed water rides here in the UK for sure. I love how you drop through the big tiger's mouth. You also get quite wet on it as well, which I like. That's what I love in a water ride. So yeah, that's why it's going in good. Just an overall great ride really. Tuk Tuk Turmoil. This one's going in nope. What can I say? It's just bumper cars. There's nothing too special about it, especially compared to the other rides in the park. And when I visit, I don't normally go on this one because there's other rides there that are much more suited for me. So yeah, that's why it's going in nope. Okay, so we've got 4 rides left, and next up we've got one of the best roller coasters here at the park, and that is Vampire, and that one's going into the awesome category. This is such a great ride, and it is a classic as well. The biggest roller coaster here at Chessington World of Adventures, a much loved attraction at Chessington World of Adventures, and that's why it's going in awesome. What I also love about Vampire is the ride time. You're on that coaster for ages, especially compared to other coasters here in the UK. I mean, if you look at Oblivion, what's that, like 10-11 seconds? Vampire has got a really long ride time, and it's got 2 lift hills, so that's what makes it even better for me, and that's why it's in the awesome category. So next up we've got Zoofari, and I'm going to put this one in okay. It's definitely not the best safari out there, but it is still good, especially for the UK park, so that's why it's going in okay. I wish it was just a little bit longer and you got to see a few more animals, but having said that, it's still a really good safari, definitely one of the best here in the UK, so yeah, that's why it's going in okay. Okay, so now we have Dragon's Fury, and this one is going to go into awesome as well. I love this ride. I would even say this is one of the best coasters here in the UK. For a spinning coaster, it is super intense, and just like Vampire, it also has quite a long ride time as well, which I love. I remember the first time that I went to Chessington World of Adventures, and we went onto Dragon's Fury, but the park was super quiet. So we came back into the station and they let us go around again, and then they let us go around another time, and I came off it feeling so sick. It just spins so much and I love it, but yeah, 3 times in a row. It made me feel a little queasy, I'm not going to lie. But honestly, Dragon's Fury is one of my favourites here in the UK. I love it, so that's why it's going in the awesome category. Finally, we've got Traitor Trouble. Now this is a new one from Shipwreck Coast, and this one I'm also going to put in Never Road, doesn't look good. Just personally, this one isn't for me. I've not really looked into it that much. Don't get me wrong, this doesn't look like the worst ride in the world, but it's just not my cup of tea, so that's why it's going into this section. So there we have it, every ride at Chessington World of Adventures ranked from the very best to the not so good. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. As I mentioned earlier, I'll put the link down in the description as well, so you can do this yourself, and then you can tag me on social media. This can be either on Twitter or Instagram at the Adventures. I would love to know your opinions on these rides. You may completely agree with me, or you may completely disagree with me. I'd love to know. But that is it for this video. If you did enjoy watching, then please consider hitting that like button to let me know. And if you are new around here and you're feeling extra cheeky, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing, because we make plenty of theme park and adventure videos here at the KD Adventures, which you don't want to miss. If you want to check out our most recent vlog from Chessington World of Adventures, then click this video right here. Or if you want to see me rank every major UK roller coaster, then consider watching this one too. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.